Hello, this is Alexia, and this is my very first trace on Procreate. I've been wanting to get a tablet and start drawing digital art for a long time now, and I finally made the jump to get an iPad and to start with Procreate on my digital art journey. And I'm going to be spending a lot of time this summer just practicing and learning the basics. So right here I uploaded a photo that I drew of myself in a sort of Bratz style. I was really obsessed with Bratz growing up, and I still am very fond of the idea of Bratz. And I inserted the photo of the drawing that I made and then went to the little N on this layer and change the opacity. I found that putting the opacity between like 35 and 50% is best to be able to still see it, but have it be light enough that your line work can really show. And I found that I enjoy using the monoline pen the most so far. Again, I'm still experimenting and I don't really know what's going to end up working best for me. But right now, I'm just trying my best. So I'm looking for a color to trace with, and I think I'm just going to go black and start basic for this one. The only other practice that I've had so far with Procreate has just been a tutorial that I found on YouTube, and I can insert the picture of how that came out here and tag that YouTuber. And I've also created a canvas where I just kind of played around with the pens and the different sizing of the pens and paintbrushes that you could use to see where I wanted to start and what I wanted to start using. I know my lines are a little messy, but I only just figured out a few draws later that you could increase the stabilization of whatever pen or brush that you're using to combat that. So don't feel bad if you're just starting with digital art and it doesn't look as good as your favorite digital artist, because they are pros. I could not figure out how to draw this chain and make it look good. It started to come out looking like Cheerios after a while, So I looked up how to draw a chain better, but it's definitely something I would have to do like an art study on to get better. And I ultimately decided to come back to the chain later. Now I'm going to start adding in color, and this took a lot of trial and error, as you can see. It's hard to find a color that really matches my skin tone and my hair color and my lip color. But as I was dragging colors in, it kind of did fun things where the line work doesn't always meet with each other perfectly. The color would fill more of the page or different things, and it kind of gave it an interesting pop art style that I didn't mind playing around with. At this point, I also didn't realize that you could pinch to zoom in on the image to work on the smaller details and fill in color in the smaller areas. But don't worry, I get the hang of it in future draws and I can show you what I mean. Also, I learned that if the color isn't filling the full area for some reason, that when you're putting in the color, you can slide to the right on the screen in Procreate and increase the threshold of the color so that it fills more of the space. I realized that I didn't put any lines for the white of the eyes in the drawing, so I went back in and added white around the eyes because it looked a little funny with the skin color leaking into the eyes there. I did not realize until just now that you could drag a color into the line work and completely change like the outline of your drawing. But I actually really like how the blonde color looked as the outline color. It's just kind of fun to play around with different styles and have happy accidents in Procreate where something I do that could have been a total disaster I actually end up thinking is cute. So I continued forward with this outline color. I was so close to being done with this art piece, and then I put my hand on the screen of my iPad and somehow it like super erased all of the progress that I had made and just deleted like 20 steps back. So that was really shocking and frustrating. And I decided I wanted to get back to where I was and just redid everything all over again. But it's totally okay. And it's okay to make mistakes, and I'm only gonna get better and better with practice. So this is how we learn. Sometimes you learn lessons the hard way. I also looked up how to color match on Procreate. So you just touch this little square over to the left and a circle should appear. And then you highlight whatever color you wanted to match and you can recreate it. So that was very, very, very helpful. Some things I don't realize until I get nearly to the end of a drawing. So I noticed that the skin color had pulled into the hair right here, and I started filling that in with the right color. Just like I kind of had to do with the whites of the eyes. Going from a physical art of just using like pen and paper to digital art, I didn't realize that like lines had to be so well connected with each other so that the colors would pull into the right place, and that there's so many little details and art surgery that you have to do with digital art. Thank you so much for watching and for following me on my digital art journey. I'm going to be posting a lot more about what I learned and my progress with digital art, and I hope to see you there. Have a beautiful day.